Hello YouTube, this is your friendly neighborhood armchair philosopher once again, and I'm here to discuss looking bad. This is one of my reflections, I guess, the armchair philosopher reflections. And this reflection right here is just talking about people not wanting to look bad. Now, I got this idea from just been thinking about my own personal life, and there was this book I read called 100 Ways to Motivate Yourself. It was written by Stephen Chandler. And one of the things he said to motivate yourself was to don't be afraid to look bad. And too often we, I find myself just in situations trying not to look bad. Even if I don't know the answer, I have to put on this front as though I know the answer because I don't want to look bad, because I don't want to be perceived as stupid or dumb. So, with that being said, Chandler in his book quotes the actor Rene Auberjonois. Rene Auberjonois, he was on Benson as Clayton, and if you watch Star Trek Deep Space Nine, he was Odo the Changeling. But anyway, he says, "You show me a guy who's afraid to look bad, and I'll show you a guy you can beat every time." And I think sometimes we do need to lose a little faith. Sometimes we need to stop thinking about how we'll be perceived, because too often we live in a world where we're playing a political dance every day. We play the politics dance. We have to say the right things to the right people, to the right groups. And in some cases, I think that is good. I don't think you should let little children look at pornography or use profanity in front of little kids. However, I do think that we do need to speak our minds at some point. I think there should be a happy medium between speaking your mind fully and being considerate of the other person's feelings, thoughts, beliefs, ideas, whatever. And you just got to find that right balance, because that's how life seems to be, is one big old tightrope. But, and this is a lesson to me and to others, that you can't really please everybody. You can only please yourself. And in my belief system, you're supposed to do things for the sake of God, not for the sake of human beings, because people will fail you every time. People are subject to their whims and caprices all the time. So, what I recommend is just don't be afraid to look bad. Don't be afraid that you'll get talked badly about, because number one, you and me and everyone else should have a stronger sense of who they are. That way I don't have to worry if you like me or not, because I know who I am. And again, I'm going to go back to the quote of to each his reach, and if it isn't mine to have, I can't, excuse me, to each his reach, and if I can't cop it, it ain't mine to have. So you just have to say that. And these days I say that to myself a whole lot. To each his reach. To each his reach. And that's something I really need to just I instill in myself, and I instill in you, whoever watches this video and pays attention. So yeah, just roll with who you are, and be the best that you can be. Not what someone else dictates, because too often standards set by others, usually those people that set those standards aren't meeting them themselves, but they like to front as though they are. So, and that's another thing too. Everybody's fronting. Everybody's putting on a front. It is the rare few that can quote unquote keep it 100 or 100. I mean, everybody's putting on a front. Everyone's putting on this act as though they are the best. There's this facade, this mask of respectability, this mask of I'm better. When really I may not be doing as good as I am, or I might not be doing as bad as I am. I could be acting like I'm bad because it may garner sympathy or unearned favors. So again, don't be afraid to look bad, and don't focus on how you come off. And at the same time, don't try to be bigger than what you are. Don't try to be bigger. Don't try to be larger than life, but don't try to act like you're this small either, because you just got to see yourself in perspective. And I think that's the best way I can say it. So That is my reflection for the day. Please leave some comments or some video responses or like or dislike. Just give me some stuff going on there. So take care and peace, YouTube.